What's up, YouTube? Yeah, that was a pretty weak one. Anyway, this video is going to be about the Pentax D FA 150-450. What I want to focus on is what the heck all these buttons all along the lens. What all these buttons do. Because when I received this lens, one thing I didn't notice at first was that it did not come with a manual. Seeing as it didn't come with a manual, I had to scour the internet to try to find one, because even on the Ricoh imaging website, at least North America and Japan, the manual does not exist. It's not even downloadable through support or anything. Since then, other people have reached out to me, providing the link to the Pentax Europe, the Ricoh Pentax Europe site, where apparently the PDF is available there. I do have the PDF now, so I've been playing around with this to see, figure out what all these different things are. For example, we've got QFS-A, QFS-M. You've got your focus limiters, which are pretty self-explanatory, 2 meters to 6 meters, and then 6 meters to infinity, or full from 2 meters, which is the minimum focus distance on this lens, all the way out to infinity. The one that seems to be a bit confusing is this preset. There's a preset button here, and there's a mode called preset mode. So I looked into what exactly that does. Now, with that mode, what you do is when you're out shooting, you can actually preset the lens to a specific focus distance. So, you're out shooting, say if it's something fairly far away, something close to infinity, for example, you can actually set the lens to remember that focus distance. And then you can continue shooting things that are a bit closer or whatever. And if you happen to see something that's closer to that original focus distance, you just press one of the autofocus buttons on the lens and it'll immediately shoot the lens right back to that specific focus distance. So in a pinch, I could see how under certain specific circumstances this would be useful. And then there's an autofocus cancel button, or switch mode. What that does is it actually when you have that mode on, you're only able to use the autofocus buttons, which are scattered around the lens. There's one underneath by the tripod collar as well. So you can use those buttons for the autofocus, and you're canceling the ability to autofocus from the camera itself. So there are a number of things with this lens. Let's see if I can give you a quick example here with my original K3. How this focus thing works. Unfortunately, it's a bit too difficult because I'm going to have to hold this with 2 hands, so can't really show you through the camera exactly how this works, but hopefully you'll understand, you'll get it. Okay, so I've got the camera on. I am in AFC and I'm in expanded select autofocus. I'm going to use the preset mode here. Switch it down 1. Focus on something close. It's got to be about 2 meters away. Let's see, there's a box over here. There we go. Listen for the beep. So that is the camera's focus. Now I'm going to press and hold the preset button. Okay, and just so you see, I am not touching the camera. There. So now, if I focus on something further away, focus shooting something that's farther away here. And now I'm just going to press one of the autofocus buttons on the lens itself, because I'm in preset mode, and it's focused. Now, the one caveat about that is you do not get the confirmation beep when you're using the preset mode on this lens. That is one thing I noticed. And the other thing is, well, actually I don't think, yeah, you don't get, let me turn off the preset mode here. You do not get, okay, you get a focus confirmation on the K3. But when you're in preset mode, you do not get a focus confirmation. The lens just goes to that focus point. That's it. There isn't even the little red confirmation inside the camera whatsoever. So on the K3 III, it would be the same thing. There would be no beep if you're in AFC or AFS. There'd be no beep, nothing. I believe you would get the red blinking, like the red light inside the viewfinder on the K3 III if you're in AFS. But in AFC, you just have to rely on the fact that this does work. So that's pretty much it for anyone who was curious in regards to what all the different buttons and stuff are. Right, I almost forgot. The QFS options on here. Well, first things first, I don't know why they changed the name, because we all know it as quick shift autofocus, but I guess they call it quick focus shift. Okay, so there's A, which is green, and there's M, which is white. Now, with those two, and they're at the top section of the lens here. Now, with these two options, the QFS-A is once the camera has achieved its autofocus, you can then use quick shift to manually adjust the focus after the lens has finished focusing. And QFS-M is the mode where you can actually do the quick shift focus manual override no matter where the lens has focused or as it's focusing. So it's just two different modes. I'm not even sure why they have two different modes on here. I mean, they should have just done it as full-time override. It would have probably been fine and more cost-effective to make. And then, of course, you have a manual focus switch on the lens as well, so you can actually use catch and focus on this thing. Yeah, boy! Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's been a pretty gloomy day, so as hopefully the weather will get a bit nicer, and I'll actually go out and do some shooting, and I'm going to continue using this thing and continue on with my thoughts. But that's it for this video. Just thought I'd throw this one up there because there were some questions in regards to what on earth, what are those? What do they do? Anyway, that's it. If you like the video, leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. It helps me out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. As always, if you'd like to support the channel, I'll leave that information at the bottom of the description. And that's it. I'm going to go. You'll see me on my next video. I'm out.